What's good? Yeah. Back with another breakdown. I got an interesting fight today. I love this fight I'm about to talk about because I see it so clearly. All right, I see it clear. This is a rematch. The fight I'm talking about today is a rematch from the first fight in December. Jaime Munguia versus Bruno. It happened in Mexico. Munguia was minus 2,500. And he got knocked out in the sixth round. All right. Knocked out in the sixth round. Tapology 98%, 2%. Bro, I know motherfuckers were mad. Mad as fuck. But I'm going to talk about a few things because on this rematch, I'm still on Bruno. All right. I'm still on Bruno. I still think he KOs him. And I'll tell you why. Because what I saw in the rematch, or what I saw in the first fight, we saw Munguia start off with his pressure. But I'm going to tell you a thing about his pressure and pace. All right. So and what I mean by pressure is like feet pressure. He backs you up, but he isn't cutting off the ring. He's like I said, just applying forward movement constantly, as well as his high pace with his punches. He throws a lot of combos. You don't really see a lot of boxers throw like 3, 4, 5 punch combos. Munguia is one of those boxers, but at the same time, that can be your kryptonite, and that's what we saw in the Bruno fight, where like we saw Bruno comfortable, by the way, on the back foot. Really fights all his fights on the back foot. Almost is very comfortable with being on the ropes. We saw Bruno in the first round, or in the first couple rounds. Well, in the first in the first round, we saw Bruno get knocked down. Um and then we saw him get up, recover well. But those first few rounds, I'm not gonna lie, Munguia's pressure, you could see it was kind of making Bruno a little bit uncomfortable. He was still throwing, obviously, but it did look bad visually to the judges. Um, Obviously, just because you can't be on the ropes for that long and you can't not throw for that long. But I think Bruno adjusts that this fight. I don't think he's gonna want to stay on the ropes for this fight. I think he knows that. And I think he fights in the middle of the ring, which is why I think it's better, because Munguia is better on the inside, right? And like I said, with his pace, it can be his kryptonite because he leaves himself wide open when you're throwing like 5, 4 punch combos. His defense isn't that great, I'm gonna be honest. So with Bruno being a counter puncher and being on the back foot, you can't do that. Okay, you can't do that coming forward, and so that's why I think Munguia can't adjust, because he's not gonna apply more pressure, right? Because Bruno is already used to his pressure. It's gonna be easy. He's already expecting it. He's already ready for it. Not expecting it. He's ready for it, and so he's not gonna apply more pressure. That's not gonna work, right? And if he fights in the middle of the ring on of a back and forth technical style, I think Bruno is more smart enough to I think Bruno is more smart enough. I think Bruno will throw the smarter punches if they were to be in a boxing type pace, if that makes sense. Where oh fuck, dude, holy shit. Where they're in the middle of the ring and they're boxing. I think Bruno wins. And that's what I think is going to be this fight, because how does Munguia adjust? Like, I can't find it. I can't find how he adjusts and wins. He's going to be more like he's going to have a calmer start, right? But I think that goes to Bruno because I think he might win those calmer rounds. And if he does start fast, okay, then fuck it. It's a rematch of the last fight. Bruno's already used to that. I know Munguia, it's his first time being knocked out, so he's going to be more not hesitant. Hopefully not hesitant. That's another thing. He could be hesitant, bro. This is his first time getting knocked out. It's a 4-month turnaround. Like, come on. You can see also in the first fight. Okay, you can see in the first fight Munguia's power. It was there. Like, he can hurt Bruno. But I think Bruno could hurt him more, bro. Like, if you see Bruno throw and land the punches before the knockout, you can just see, like, visually, it was like his body was going back. His head was snapping back on the punches, Munguia's. So it's like, I think Bruno has more power at the weight class. I'm not gonna lie. And I think some people might be blinded at this Canelo loss. He did fight well, but the thing about Canelo is that you could beat him if you have high pace. And Munguia could have beat him, no bullshit, if he has power. If he has power, Munguia beats him. He was landing clean as fuck. He just didn't have power. And Canelo obviously outdogged him at the end. But Munguia just doesn't have, like, crazy power that Bruno has, I think, in my opinion. I'm not going to lie, I'm on Bruno. I just don't see how Munguia wins. I'm not too confident, obviously. For some reason in my mind, I don't see how he wins. I think Munguia's defense is very mediocre. And I also think his pace, like, he doesn't, okay, you see in other boxers where, like, Pacquiao, he didn't fight always at the same pace. He would always switch it up. It was always fast. But he would time his combos to where it wasn't the same pace. So his opponents wouldn't figure out his timing. With Munguia, you don't see that. That's why Bruno found his timing in the 6th round so early, because Munguia has the same exact pace. His exits are ass too after he throws, which is why he got caught. Like I get he's 44-2, man, but I don't look at records. Canelo, I love Canelo, but I don't love Canelo. I'm not gonna lie. I just don't think Canelo. I think there's a way you could beat Canelo, and that's being like a high-paced fighter. That's why I think Triple G beat him, and that's why I think Bivol beat him, and then Floyd beat him just being Floyd. So that's why I think Munguia fought so well in the Canelo fight. But I'm not blinded by that fight because Bruno is a different fighter. Bruno's more of a threat on the back foot. Bruno has more power. The only thing I don't like about Bruno is he does shell up on the ropes, obviously, which is one of the things I think he'll work on. But maybe if, Munguia gets in the middle of the ring and we see some inside work, I might question Bruno's activity in the inside clinch, in the telephone booth, as some like to say. But I don't think it's going to be that type of fight. And if it is, I'll take the L on it. Fuck it. But I don't think it's going to be that type of fight. And like I said, even if it is, Munguia's defense throwing is so vulnerable that I think Bruno could still, catch him. So give me Bruno. I like Bruno TKO 10th round. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna overthink this, because I just see it one way and one way only. And that's not even because he knocked him out. That's just because I don't see how Munguia adjusts, and I can see how Bruno adjusts. So yeah, that's my breakdown. Let me know in the comments what y'all think. I really want to hear y'all opinions, because this is an interesting one. I don't think the odds do it justice for how close it is. Obviously, this guy should not be plus 500 after knocking him out. But yeah, y'all let me know. Peace.